like, what do I do? Who do I call? And their father or the stepfather was nowhere to be found. I called his phone and I grabbed Pablo's phone at this point, called I called the caller, he didn't pick up. So I said, what do I do? Who can I call to help me out in this mess?
Mama Africa, your children are home.
So I called my one and only uncle Adeo Yojoko, and I was bawling. I couldn't even put two words together. I was crying so much, and I was like, please help me. I'm doomed. This phone is gonna be gone if we don't do anything, if we don't act now. Today, we have to find it or it's gone. Like, they took my phone. They said two kids came and they took my phone, and we went there. They said, anyways, I explained what happened. He said, you know what? Give me one moment. He cut the phone. He called Brokunle, which work at the smoking hills. You know, I called him and said, go to them right now. Take the Amọtẹkun guys and go there. They didn't tell me anything. They just said, don't worry. They're going to, I'll call. So he called me back and said, hey, Kune is coming right now. Don't worry, they'll deal with it. They will find it. They will find that phone for you. Don't worry. I'm like, how is it? What are they going to do? We went to the house. They said they're not going to leave the phone alone. So how do we get it? I didn't know what was in store for them.
Oof. Guys, this adrenaline has been crazy for us. I can't imagine what it's like for Anu right now. Man, but we have to figure out a better way of keeping our things safer. But man, imagine. Just you're not even, in this case, we were not even safe in our own home, because these little kids, they would just come in, you know, without us even knowing. I mean, here we were imagine going from one room to another. So it's not like we were, negligent, right? We were in our own home, and we just put the phone. She put the phone down for just a second in the living room, and then quick went into the kitchen just to help with the kids and everything, and then went right back. Had heard something, thought she saw a child and like yelled out like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing in there? Thought she saw the child going out like the back door or something. I was like, what are you doing? And yeah, Tulio definitely saw the child. It's funny, our kids, they talk when they're not supposed to, like yelling or saying things to each other, but then when they need to talk, they don't talk. Tulio should have been like, no, tiene móvil mamá. But should have raised the alarm. But instead he only raises the alarm when someone takes something from him, not someone else. But anyways, the children are learning a lot from them. Habéis aprendido muchas lecciones de esto, ¿verdad?
So anyways, in this moment, the gate man entered, and I was like, where have you been? I've been calling your phone. I said, oh no. Anyways, I said, your children took my phone, and your wife said they don't take it, they didn't take it, and this and that. The Amọtẹkun people are coming. You better go tell them they need to release that phone. If they don't release it, they are going to jail. They're coming. I told them, they're coming for you. So I went home, said, don't worry, I'll go and ask them. So I went home before we and the Amọtẹkun guys showed up. So when the Amọtẹkun, Brokunle came in with like 3 or 4 of them filed up, one with a gun. And I'm like, oh, they mean business. At this point, I was just devastated. I was crying, bawling my eyes out. Anyways, so they said, well, you know where it is? You know the house? Let's go. I said, march on. So anyways, we went there. We got there. We went to the back of our house. It wasn't far at all. So we got there. And we saw the gate man there. We saw, they were all there. All the neighbors are also there. At this point, there's commotion happening. And I said, yeah, those are the two kids that I said they came. My children said they saw them take a phone, and now they're saying they didn't take the phone. And immediately the woman came out, my children, they don't lie, they don't steal. But the Amọtẹkun people, I think they know her. I didn't know they know her. They went to the back of the house and said, who has this cocoa? Why is this cocoa drying out here? I'm like, what is the business with cocoa? We're looking for a phone, you're talking about cocoa. Apparently, that's not her first time being to the police station. So, he was saying, who's the cocoa belong to? So it's my uncle, my in-laws farm. That's where I got the cocoa from. Anyways, so they said, okay, where are the kids, your kids? So they took the kids to this side. The woman was still here, so she's still talking to them. she speak a language to them. I think it's I forgot the name of the language. She was speaking to them loudly so they know that they don't give the information. And obviously, we know that that's what she's saying. I'm like, shut up, why are you speaking to them? Let them tell the truth to the police. And she said, I'm only telling them to speak the truth, or that there's nothing to hide here, to speak the truth. I'm like, yeah, shut up, don't speak to them. Let them speak the truth of their mind. You're speaking to them. You're speaking something else to them. Anyways, so now when she wouldn't stop interfering in that interrogation, they had to take the kids, but they only took the boy because by the time we said the Amọtẹkun people are coming, the young girl got the signal and she ran off. I think the mother told her to run off. So they ran off, she ran off, and it was only the boy. So they took the boy to a place and they told the other, one of the officers to stay with the woman. She must not leave and she must not interfere with this interview with the little boy. And they asked the little boy, they just asked him gently, you don't want to go to jail? Tell us where you keep the phone. And he said immediately, okay, we gave it to our mother. She has the phone. I'm like, so you have the phone? So they took him back and they said, where's the phone? So they went inside the house, inside some of their luggages, wrapped in clothes, turned off. That's where they kept my phone. And they brought it out. They said, is this your phone? I'm like, is it Motorola? They look into it. Yeah, it is my phone. I started crying. I started bawling. Like, don't cry. It's okay, we found it. Like, I came here, told this lady, I was bawling my eyes, and she said, my children don't steal, they don't lie. She said to my koro eyes that they didn't take it. So she took the phone. Anyways, so they said, okay, let's march to the station. They took the cocoa. They said, this is not the first time we caught you stealing cocoa. Apparently it's the third or fourth time. So they took her with her children, the one that's there, has a one-year-old on her back, and that 7-year-old. So I went back home to tell Pablo, and then at this point, everyone gathered in front of our house. There's this big commotion.
Now, I don't know what's going on out here. Hey, Lisa. Hey, they're celebrating. Okay, they just explained to me. What's up, So Mama is over there. They recovered it. They recovered the phone. Now everyone's upset, saying, you are lying. They're talking to that mother, saying, you are lying. All these kind of things. So Mama's down there. She's like, they found it. They were trying to charge it. So that's how they found it, because the child was trying to charge it. So it was over there the whole time. So we were right. What happened? Hey, but yeah, everyone's happy now because Mama's now happy-ish. She's still very steely faced because there's still the question of the other phone that went missing. So now there's all this stuff going on. Let's see if I can get any closer to this. One day. That's it. Maybe they're going. They're just passing by.
Yeah, it's a small town. So little things excite people.
Yeah. Because it's like a whodunit. And then they're like, this is what happened. So then they're sharing the story.
Yes, that's it. We know it was them. It was them.
Yeah. No, it was the idea.
Yeah.
And now we know for sure.
Yeah, now we know for sure.
Okay.
The information came late.
I'm glad we got it before they sold it. Oh yeah, the painters are really excited. The painters are really happy. Like, yes. So they know it's not us. Yeah. Everyone's excited about the news. It's a small town. It's a small town, so they're all excited. Hey, hey, Kuishe. Hey. Yeah, back to his work. Whew. Man, that was intense. But at least the town, they're all gathering together, because when it comes to Ole, when it comes to people stealing their nuts, they don't mess with that. So they all come together and they deal with this. So they're trying to get like the highest of the police to deal with this situation.
All the neighbors and the plumber and the carpenter and the painter, they were all rejoicing. Yeah, we found the phone. We knew it was her. And the neighbors and he was saying, yeah, we know it was those two kids. They are thieves. They stole everything in this town. Everyone gathered together just to say, hey, we know these people. This is how they are. They steal and all of these things. Anyways, people were rejoicing. Yeah, hugging each other and congratulating me. Oh, you found your phone. Congratulations, you found it. Hey, akurire. And I was just so happy everyone came out. Even people in faraway places, they heard about the issue, the situation. They were all happy. Oh, rejoicing. We thank God we found the phone. At this point, I think I've eaten breakfast. It was all the commotion. So they wanted me to go. Uncle Bro Kune that brought the Amọtẹkun said he wants to go back to bring a vehicle that can contain all of us. And I said, okay, I'll go upstairs and cool down a little bit until he gets back, so that we can go to the Amọtẹkun office together. So they're coming to pick me up in a vehicle, so we can go to the police station, because my phone is part of the evidence. Yeah. So they're there. Oh my gosh, I'm just so happy.
But just to quick show you how fast this was. It was like this was basically empty, right? The only thing was this stool, basically. So Mama, here this door was shut, right? They're not supposed to come. We're on the second floor, right? So Mama had to run to the kitchen. She just put this here. Was like, oh, I need to charge it. Put this here. Came over. Was with the kids for a bit, and then came back, and it was gone. So yeah, it was clear like something happened. And even Tulio was like, yeah, I saw this kid come in and take Mama's phone and go. So I'm sorry, stole phone. I can't. I don't have those numbers. I don't have that information.
There's so much on that phone.
Yeah.
Oh, at this point, they didn't give me the phone. They said the phone is still evidence. So we're all going to the station to give our statement. Now, guys, at this point, let me go back to tell you guys that I went into, at this point, I told you I was looking for this phone, right? I looked into everywhere. I went into the bungalow house behind our house and looked in my bag, the one I kept in there. I looked just to see if I can find, I know my new phone, the one that I'm looking for right now, is not there. I went to search for the old one, the one I kept in there. I'm like, it must be there. That's where I kept it. But it was not there. I looked in the creek and corners of that bag. It was gone. I bawled and I cried. It was gone. I trusted that girl, that I know that girl that went to Libya. And what did I get in turn? For her to steal my phone, to sell herself to Libya. Well, I know it's not her. I know the mother was behind it, you know. So I came home. I relaxed a little bit. I ate some food. I was tired at this point. I was so tired. And then not long after that, I heard a knock on the door and they said, okay, the car's ready. Let's all go to where the Amọtẹkun office is so that they can all, that we can all go. And I thought, oh, okay, that sounds good. We're going together to the police station. To the Igbara case is where we're going. Yeah, so I'll be back with my phone. Then yeah.
Okay, yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Hope so. Okay. Bravo. Tulio, ven, quédate. I mean, you could bring Tulio. He's the one that saw it. And he knows Yoruba, so he can answer that. I told him, if the police ask you questions, tell them the truth. Oh, Rara. What bataille?
Yeah, this one. So So they said, okay, and Pablo suggested to take Tulio with me. So I took Tulio for emotional support, just because he saw what happened. Yeah. So I took Tulio. I got downstairs and I was like, okay, yeah, let's go give the statement. And I went into the car, and there she is in the back of the car. And I'm like, I'm gonna be sharing the back of the car with this woman who lied to my face while she stole my phone, said her children still didn't lie. It took everything I had to stay calm, to not react. And she started telling me in the back of the car, it's not me, it's that daughter of mine, she's the thief, she stole it. And in fact, I told her to turn it back, but she wouldn't listen. Please, it's not me. And she do this, sad puppy face. I was so pissed. But I kept my cool. And I remember the one driving, Bakuna said, don't respond, don't even say anything to her. Though she's the she's the professional thief. So I held Tulio to me, and I told him to not look at them, to not even talk at all. So Tulio was there, was my little emotional support. I was thankful he was there. I don't know what I would have done. Anyways, then we arrived. We were at the Amọtẹkun office, and we got there. They took her behind bars and said, oh, this is regular. We know this woman around here. So they took her and they said, okay, this is your phone, right? Okay, I wrote my testimony. Okay, my phone was stolen, now it's retrieved, and it was these two children that came to steal them and all that. Anyways, so they said, on the issue of the other stolen phone, I should come back again the next day. And I said, okay, no problem. So I left the statement. I met with Amọtẹkun, their Oga. I met with him, and then I said, okay, sorry about what happened. This woman is a regular here. She steals all the time and all that. But anyways, so we left the office, and I said, okay, tomorrow we'll come back to hear about what to do about the other phone. Maybe it will turn up as well. But went back home, and the following day, the Brokune came to pick me up again, so we went there. I went alone this time because I said maybe it's better if I went alone. Because what happened is it's too emotional for little children to be So they were interrogating the woman like, you are a big old thief. Why did you take this phone? And you say your children don't steal, they don't lie, yet you put it under the thing and you turn it off and this and that. And she kept to her same old, it wasn't me, it was my daughter that stole it. See what she did to me. See, it's because of her they are disgracing me like this. It is her. She made her a scapegoat, even though I think she's the one that told her to run away and not come back for the next, until everything is cleared up. So the next thing is that the boss of the Amọtẹkun was now interrogating her, like, where is that phone? We want it out. Put it out right now so that we can maybe forgive you or not, and she has a 1-year-old and then a 7-year-old. And they took the baby from her and gave it to the 7-year-old, and at this point, they said, you, go inside, they took her inside and started, it's just violent,
Alaye, I need phone kejì yẹn. Mo lè ta sí. Tó bá fẹ́ lọ báyìí, a lè fi ẹlẹ́ máa bẹ́ wọn. But I need phone kejì yẹn. Wọ́n jọ lọ àdá tó lé ọmọ yìí. Adarí jà náà lẹ́ darí jẹ. Mo ní phone kejì yẹn, mo ló wà.
Nǹkan tó ní ọkàn fún bí mo ṣe dúró yìí. Fóònù kejì yẹn mi ò rí o. Mi ò dẹ̀ dójúlé náà.
Eléyìí tó dójúlé o ṣe mú pamọ́.
Sáà mi ò mú pamọ́ inú aṣọ báàgì tí mò ń káṣọ.
Kí ló fi sínú báàgì fi wà lórí fóònù ó lè? Ìwà lórí fóònù. Ìkọ́ tí ìṣèjẹ tó fi sínú aṣọ, àbáyé ẹ̀fẹ́ bàjẹ́ ni.
And she was crying, and then I saw the 1-year-old was crying, and the 7-year-old was crying. At this point, I didn't care about you know, the phone that she took, I just cared that these children were crying, and I know I don't want them to be scarred for life, because it's emotional, you know, emotional trauma. It will become emotional trauma for them. So I said, please stop right now. Forget the phone is gone. Now we'll be more vigilant. We know that we won't take it, and nobody will come into our house, and we don't trust anybody from here on. And they were like, provide the phone, bring the phone out. What do you know, there was it was violence. So I tried to tell them to stop, they wouldn't stop. So I started crying. At this point, I just lost it, because there's 1-year-old, I'm a mom of 5. You know me, guys. And I know that if my children were in this situation, I just know the type of trauma that could cause for little children. I saw the 7-year-old crying, holding the 1-year-old, was crying. My heart just broke into a million pieces, and I started yelling, please stop it now. You gotta stop, please, for these children, because of this 1-year-old, because of this 7-year-old, you know, please stop, just make it stop. I cried. The guy who took me there was telling me, if you can, you know, take this in, I know you came from abroad, that's why you can't, you're too soft-hearted. I'm like, wow, that's humanity right here. She said, come, let's go outside. I said, leave me alone, leave me alone. I want to be part of this. I want them to stop it right now. So I started yelling at them, please stop, make it stop, please, because of the children. I forget about the phone, that it's gone, forget about it. Please stop right now. And I cried until I just bawled, and then they eventually stopped. And I said, just leave them be. I know that's a loss that I'll just have to deal with, you know. And, you know, I know to be careful from now on. Anyways, they told her, okay, do I want to drop the case, or do I want to keep the case going so that they can retrieve the other phone? And I'm like,
mo fẹ́ ká drop case náà nítorí ẹ sọ pé ó máa require pé ká fi fóònù yìí sílẹ̀, eléyìí mo dẹ̀ fi ń ṣiṣẹ́, mi ò lè fi sílẹ̀.
Again, no, that is the truth of matter. Because ex-gift ni kí la in prosecute ẹ̀ fún ojú fóònù, wọ́n ní fóònù dà, a máa ti fún ẹ tó ní fóònù. Evidence gan-an ni fóònù yẹn. But wọ́n á sì máa mú gàrí ní bíbá yìí. Kó ra oúnjẹ fún la, táwọn òde ọ̀la náà. Mo ní kọ́ mo lóúnjẹ fún. Wọ́n máa ń lọ àfi ṣe iṣẹ́ rẹ̀, wọ́n ní kó lọ lóúnjẹ fún. Ó lè ti jẹ bẹ́ẹ̀dì. Àgbàlùkẹ̀. Ó tún mú mọ́ọ̀sì.
I don't have time for that. I've got my life to live. I've got my children. I've got my family to think about. I don't. It's okay. Let it go. Let it go. I drop it. So I dropped the case, and it was time to come home. And did you know that no one came for this lady? I said, look at this woman. It's a waste of life. No one came for her. Not even the useless of a husband of hers didn't come. Anyways, she had to be in our car, so we took her. And I'm like, oh crap, I have to deal with this lady one more time. They drop her off somewhere far away. They said, go find a way home.
All right.
I just felt bad for the children that stuck with such a woman who was adamant and still sent 2 of our children to Libya for their unfortunate, who knows, their fortunate life there. That was an unwanted drama that happened to us. We were not expecting that at all. And we're so thankful for all of your comments about, are you okay, what happened, and all of that. Well wishes. So that's exactly what happened. It was an emotional roller coaster. After that, the way I'm skeptical of everybody. I don't want, no one comes to our house. They won't come inside. So we monitor what comes in and goes out, so, you know. And we have security, more security awareness. Anyways, that is the story of how my phone was stolen and then retrieved. Well, thank you so much for watching. But until next time, stay double. Bye. Anyways, got my phone back. So now we're going home. Yeah. Amọtẹkun nìyẹn.